Hello, welcome to this online session. My name is Miss Maria and I will be with you during this session. Do you like mysteries or scary stories? Well then, if you do, you are in for a treat. Today I will be working on prediction and I will be doing so by referring to this book. Let's have a look at the cover of the book before we get started. So on the cover, we can see the title of the book. This is Go Stadium. Underneath is the name of the author, Tom Palmer. Now let's have a look at the background. It all seems rather dark, doesn't it? It's pitch black here. There's some green grass here on the bottom. In the corner is this bright light. We call this a floodlight. And it emits this really strong light, and it is usually found in stadiums, in football stadiums, and it lights up these gigantic areas. And the reason why there is this floodlight is because football matches, tournaments, or competitions can still be held after daylight hours. Now, since we are going to work on prediction today, I'm not going to look at the back of the book where we find the blurb, because I do not wish to give too much away. There may be some spoilers. So I'm going to focus solely on the cover of the book. So let's ask some questions. Let's try to understand what's going to happen in the story. So this is a ghost stadium. Who is this ghost? Why is there a ghost in a football stadium? Why is that ghost still there? Is there more than one ghost? Or is it just the one? What happened? Is this football stadium still being used? Are football matches or competitions still taking place here? Or is it an abandoned place? Is it empty? What do you think? Imagine that your favorite team used to play in this stadium. Would you still go there, even though it's shut down? Nobody goes there anymore, but would you still go? Would you be curious to see what has happened to this place after some time? Or would you just stay away from such places? In order to understand better what's going to happen in the story, I have prepared some words. I have chosen 5 words that we are going to come across, that we are going to listen to in the story. I'm going to read them to you, I'm going to show them to you as well, and we'll discuss them together. So let's start with the first word. Exciting. It's a very powerful word, a powerful emotion. It's exciting. The word risky. So something that is different, something that puts you out of your comfort zone. Up next, we have 2 words, sleeping bags. And these next 2 words are rather similar because we have the words camping gear. So sleeping bags and camping gear. We use these items, this equipment, when we're going camping. Who's going camping and where are they going camping? And last but not least, we have the words fast pace. So judging from these words, it all sounds as if we're going on an exciting adventure. I don't think we're going to feel bored or we're going to fall asleep. I think we're in for a treat. So, there's only one way to find out what's going to happen, and that is by reading the book. I will be reading 2 chapters from the book, chapter 1 and chapter 2. And as we go along, I'm going to pause for a few seconds and ask you some questions to help you think about what's going to come up next, what's going to happen in the next chapter. Are you ready? Well then, off we go. Go Stadium by Tom Palmer. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called The End. I wonder What is this the end of? Something has come to an end. What is it? Do you think it's the end of a football season? Since it's Ghost Stadium, perhaps we are talking about a football season, or perhaps it's the end of a chapter and we're about to start a new one. Let's find out. 3 Year 9 boys walked out of the gates of their high school. They kept a fast pace, matching each other step for step. Lucas, Jack, and Irfan had something to do, something exciting, something risky, and they wanted to get started as soon as possible. So let's pause for a minute here. So we have just met 3 boys, the 3 protagonists of the book, the 3 protagonists of the session. They're 3 Year 9 boys, so they are about 13 or 14 years old. There's Lucas, Jack, and Irfan. And they seem eager, they seem excited. They are moving at a fast pace, so it seems that they wish to go somewhere. But where? We still don't know. But the author gives us some hints or clues to help us predict what's going to happen, to help us guess the boys' destination. And this is one way how the author builds suspense. The author doesn't give away the name of the destination immediately. Instead, we are given hints or clues that help us guess where the boys are going. It seems that they are very excited, so it must be somewhere special. Let's move on to the next chapter, that is chapter 2. The title of this chapter is School's Out. So it's the end of the school year, school is over, and everybody is happy and looking forward to the summer holidays. The rest of the kids were in less of a hurry to leave school than Lucas, Irfan, and Jack. In fact, today was the only day in the year that many of them would hang around the car park and the sports field instead of rushing off. They chatted, they laughed, they signed each other's shirts. It was the last day of the school year, summer. Jack looked up at Lucas as they passed the crowds at the gate. "Is your mom going to be in?" he asked. "No," Lucas said. "I told you. She flew out to Tenerife with her boyfriend before I left for school this morning." Irfan smiled and ran his hand through his short, dark hair. "So, nobody will know we're not at your house tonight?" he asked. "Nobody," Lucas said. "And did you find your dad's old camping gear?" Irfan asked. Lucas nodded. "I did." "So, we're on?" Jack asked. "We're on," Lucas smiled. "We take the tent and 3 sleeping bags. We pick up some food from the supermarket, then we go in." Irfan shook his head. "I can't believe we're actually going to do this," he said. And that is the end of the chapter. So a quick recap. Let's go through the main points. 3 boys, Lucas, Jack, and Irfan, have just finished school and they're going somewhere. They sound very excited. They have prepared some things, their sleeping bags, they have their camping gear, and on their way to this place, they plan to stop at the supermarket to get some food. We can only assume that they are going to the Ghost Stadium. And it seems like they are going to spend an amount of time, a considerable amount of time at this place because they're going to get food. And they're very much looking forward to it. Now I would like to ask you 2 questions. I would like you to think about these 2 questions. What is going to happen next in the story? Imagine that you are one of these boys and you plan to go inside the stadium. Now this is a Ghost Stadium. So let's assume that this stadium is closed down. It's barred, it's shut. How are you going to get in? What devices will you use to sneak into the stadium? And one final question. Have you ever been inside a spooky or a haunted place? If you have, what did you do? What did you see? So think about these questions and let us know about your thoughts or experiences. You can send us your ideas by using the National Literacy Agency's email address, that is nla@ilearn.edu.mt. That is the end of the session. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.